Hey, it's Aaron, the metal theologian. And no metal today, actually, but that kind of happens a lot. We do have some soda. Actually, the first things first, so this is actually the first video in the new house that we just moved into, so I've kind of been talking about that, been out of commission for a little while, because been fucking busy with shit. I'm sore as fuck today, actually. It's like, I did just fine for a few days, and like, now, 4 days after the move, I've still been doing shit, right? But 4 days after the move, like, the middle of my Mac is just like fucking, like shit, like fucking, Jesus. Like, I don't want to fucking do anything, man. It's a goddamn nightmare, but I don't know, I took some shit for it, and it's probably just age, man. And speaking of aging, I've actually been listening to this fucking record nonstop. Sunshine Man by Harold Alexander. And it's funny, because like when I was younger, I would have fucking hated this guy. I'm getting used to light in here. Tried it with the fucking thing off, and it was kind of worse, but yeah, man, it's weird, dude, because this record is like soprano saxophone and like lots of Fender Rhodes and shit. And like when I was first starting to listen to jazz, like it's because of records like this that I wouldn't even listen to shit from the 70s. But I don't know, I've been all over this. This is 71. It's on the Flying Dutchman label, which was Bob Thiel's label after he left Impulse. And I don't know, I just dig this. Now there's some shit on this that's a little bit further out than what's playing right now, if you can hear it, which you probably can't. But I don't know, man, it's funny. It's like I'm getting old, like I can like this mellow shit. But I'll tell you, still most fusion fucking leaves me cold. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute, for a minute. But first I'm going to drink some soda. And I actually am kind of cheating today because this isn't really a soda, it's a kvass. So this is kvass Ochakovsky. Oh, it says it actually in fucking transliterated on the back. Ochakovsky. And we're going to try this out. Actually, I don't know, man. First time I had this shit, I thought it was gross. Then I had it again. I think in an earlier video. I'm not sure. I thought it was pretty good. So we'll see how it hits me this time. But let's give it a shot. It is weird, man, because it kind of has sort of that beery taste to it. But it doesn't taste like beer. It tastes like, it has like a sort of soda-y thing going on too. I mean, this almost counts as a soda, except for the fact that it's so obviously brewed, you know? I needed something to it. Maybe I could figure it out if I could read that fucking Russian on there. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I got this from a fucking local, this place called Eurofoods, but it's run by this Ukrainian dude, and it's like, if I want like salami and shit, that's where I go, man, because he has the fucking good shit. Like the shit you get at the grocery store is just like pathetic by comparison. It isn't even much more expensive. It's about the same price, you know. So you get a pound of like the fucking horse shit that you get at fucking Harris Teeter or whatever. You can get a pound of the same shit for like $1 more from Sasha, and it's like, holy fuck, man, that's like what a sausage is supposed to taste like. In fact, if I could figure out how to pause this thing, I'd go get one and show it off, but fuck it. It's all stream of consciousness today anyway. You know what else is fucking weird about this place? We don't have any fucking curtains yet. And that's like the front of my house out there. So I like have this like mental image of like the neighbors fucking looking at me going, God, that fucking guy is just like sitting there like fucking talking to himself like for an hour every day while he makes these goddamn like long ass videos. What a fucking weird guy, man. Jesus. So actually they brought us brownies though, which was really nice, so I appreciate that. That was something I was actually kind of hoping for when I moved to the South, I have to say. So, alright, anyway, so I made a little comment the other day about, on someone else's video actually, one of Brandon's videos about how when you know you're a real record collector when you refer to the guy at the record store as your guy. So you're saying, oh, my guy this, and I talk with my guy, and blah, blah, blah. But here's where you need to trust your guy, because I've actually had a couple turn-ons lately that, were things I never would have checked out if my guy hadn't suggested them. So, I mentioned in an earlier video that about 2 weeks ago I went up to Columbia, actually got a bunch of shit from Papa Jazz. I ended up bullshitting with the guy for a while, and, you know, told him I was interested in 70s jazz. I didn't really know anything about it. I was just kind of new to it. I found a couple things that I liked, but it was hard to tell from the covers. So one of the things he suggested was this, alright? Just fucking look at this. You see that? Now that, my friends, is one of the shittiest record covers I've ever seen in my fucking life. I mean, look at this. Yeah, there's a sticker on there, and the cover isn't in super great shape, okay? It's also a $5 record, so it's cheap, but look at that. It's fucking awful. No way in hell. God, the fucking light makes me look extra bald, dude. I tried it with the light off. I ended up looking like I was at fucking 1313 Mockingbird Lane or something. But yeah, this fucking Arthur Blythe record, I've been playing the shit out of this fucking record. Like, it's a really cool record. First of all, it's honest to God jazz, right? But it's kind of, I'm not even quite sure how to describe it. I was thinking about this before, because it's a little bit funky, kind of has a little bit of a soul jazz thing going on. Mostly, it's like jazz that's based around a riff rather than around changes. But it's played like jazz, you know what I'm saying? It's not like, it doesn't really sound like fusion either. I really would stop far short. I call it soul jazz before I call it fusion. But I've been so into this fucking record, and I'm telling you, I never would have bought a record with a cover like that. Fucking never in my life. Even so, I had to look at it for a while and really think, okay, how much do I trust this guy? Fucking not sure. But, dude, I'm so glad I did, because this record's fantastic. Now, here's another one I got locally, where it was like, I already knew who the band was, right? The guy was like, oh man, I heard this really dope record by this fucking band. It's called Collateral, and it's by Passport. And I was like, you're out of your fucking tree, man. Passport. Isn't that like Return to Forever shit or something? It's like, no, it's really fucking good, man. I just heard this thing. I was like, yes, I haven't heard that shit in 20 years. So I went and listened to it on YouTube, and I was like, it's good. And it's like, and this isn't like, I found like, the band sucked, but their first record was really good. Because I have some shit like that. In fact, I've got one I'm going to show in a few minutes. But it wasn't one like that. It's just like, 1975, they made a few records, and I looked at it, it's produced by Dieter Dierks, and the fact is, this has some, like, honest to God, like, German jazz man on it, but I'd heard this shit before, it just sounded like utter crap to me. Now, this is still definitely on the fusion end of the spectrum for the kind of shit that I normally listen to, but I really enjoyed this record, so, still can't really hang with the Mahavishnu, still can't really hang with, I mean, I fucking hate Return to Forever, Spyro Gyra, all that crap. The kind of shit that people usually think of when they talk about fusion, but like I'm really kind of wanting to start finding more good shit because it seems like it's got to be out there. There's another record I almost busted out called Spheres. It's like a Larry Coryell record with like Chick Corea and Billy Cobham and Miroslav Vitus that I played a couple times over the last few days. Just bores the hell out of me, man. It just sounds like fucking guitar solos. I should have busted it out so I could show it off, but fuck it. Oh, so the impetus for this video though. Let me actually hit this again first. I hope that fucking soprano saxophone is coming through it all, but I just can't believe this is like a fucking, like, if I'm gonna be generous, I say this is like a grown man record, but if I want to like be a little bit more self-deprecating, I'd say it's a fucking old dude record, because I don't know. Anyway, so sort of what I built this video around, so the idea was I got my very first pack in the mail today. It's good, man. It's weird, but it's good. Couldn't drink it every day. It's funny, man. I got a different chair here, dude. I fucking sit back in the rocking chair. It's like I'm on the goddamn moon or something. Yeah, look, you can see the fucking boxes in the background, sort of giving credibility to my stories. But okay, anyway. So I got my very first pack today in the new house, which is kind of an important rite of passage I moved, because when I bring the records in, the records are unpacked. That means I live there. When I get my first batch of records in the mail, that means it's really my home. Okay, so I actually sent away for some records that I went for a while from Greece. Some reissues that I was kind of hot for that I haven't seen cross the Atlantic, so I caused them to cross the Atlantic myself. And the ones that I kind of built it around are by this band, Stud. Now, if you saw my second Battle feature a long time ago, they actually did something by Stud, which is how I got curious. These are really kind of just like early 70s rock records, not like particularly heavy. If you were to like put in the comments, say, hey man, why should I go buy those Stud records? What's really special about them? I don't even know if I could really answer the question, except for the cover of the second one, which fuck it, I'll go ahead and show. Now that's kind of hard to argue with. I mean, I see a cover like that, and I pretty much have to buy it. I mean, Jesus Christ. It's a fucking centaur woman. I mean, Jesus, look at this. And plus, this record was pressed in Liechtenstein. I mean, come on. How many records do you have from Liechtenstein? Alright, this band's actually a UK band. They might be Irish, but on here it says where they're from, and like, Richard McCracken was from Taste. Like, it's a couple like Taste guys, and someone from Family and another guy from the Blossom Toes. A friend of mine in LA was a big Blossom Toes fan, but never really did it for me. Oh, I didn't show the fucking full centaur. Here we go. Look at that, man. How can you not want that record? I mean, Jesus. Like, when you have people over who don't know your shit and they're flipping through your records, you want them to find shit like this. You don't want them to find fucking Led Zeppelin Presence. I mean, Jesus. That's probably their best cover, too, Presence. Remember how much freaked people out back in the fucking satanic cult freak-out days? Yeah, anyway, same deal, though. You know, it's just kind of an ordinary rock record in a way, but it's just really enjoyable, man. I don't know, these records just really do it for me for some reason. So, if you want to hear something, you don't really want to be challenged too much, but you want to hear something you haven't heard before, that's a good band for it. Now, this one I was pretty stoked to find because this reissue is already a couple years old. You can forget about finding an original pretty much. And I thought I had missed the boat. This is a Norwegian one. This is Min Bull, if that's how you pronounce it in Norwegian, like I fucking know. It's a pretty trippy cover. This one would look better if I'd left the light off. Actually, I'm gonna turn off the fucking light, see if we can make it spookier. Check this shit out. Oh fuck, look at that. Oh shit. But doesn't that look spooky now? No, now you just can't see a fucking thing. Well, it was worth a try, man. I was hoping this record would just fucking scare the bejesus out of you if I turned the light off and went, ooh, fuck. But, this record is fantastic, man. It's barely rock. I mean, it's so freeform, it's just really far out. And, I mean, it's basically a Terry Ripdahl record, which kind of ought to give you an idea who, you know, what to expect. But this is a really beautiful reissue of it, and I think they only did like 300 or 400 of these, so. It's Terry Ripdahl, Bjørnar Andresen. It's a Danish sounding name to me. And this guy, Espen Rudd. I wonder if that's one of Phil's brothers. Ha! You get it, Rudd? 1D. But, yeah, if you want to hear something far out, man, fucking this one goes for it, because it's like gonna be like a theme, and it'll just sort of repeat and go over and over, and they'll just play this weird shit on top of it, and, yeah, this is definitely sort of on the freak rock continuum. So finally, the last new one I got, I haven't even broken the shrink on this one yet, is the very first Dirty Tricks record. And I sort of alluded to this before. This same band hung around through the 80s and made a couple records that some of you guys probably have. I actually don't, but like they have Hypnosis covers, they just look like AOR shit. And honestly, I kind of ignored them forever, but when this one came out, you know, I do this, right? This is my psychology. You want to fucking sucker me into buying something, do a reissue of it, then I'll go look for an original and pay you for it. Or whatever. I didn't this time, I'm happy to say. But, so why the fuck would anyone bother to reissue the first record by Dirty Tricks? I mean, first of all, they're called Dirty Tricks, right? How good can they possibly be? Well, first of all, good enough to do a picture like that on their back cover. Look at that shit. I'm trying to work around the glare there. This is like 75, though. And I haven't heard the whole thing, but what I've heard off this is heavy. Like, kind of like Sabbath crunchy guitar heavy. Now, I might back off that a little bit once I've listened to it. But this is like fucking solid, like 70s style hard rock. And I was fucking blown away. So, really glad to have my hands on a copy of that. And, you know, it's not cheap to get shit from overseas, but these weren't horrendously expensive. In fact, a little tip for you is shipping from Greece tends to be no more and often cheaper than shipping from Germany. So, if you do have a good dealer, too, they're pretty easy to deal with. So, hit me up if you want to know more, because I'm not going to give away all my fucking secrets in a video that any old asshole can watch. So, if you're watching this for secrets and I don't know you, fuck you. Fuck off. No, I'm kidding. You're probably a nice guy. But I'm still not going to say everything I know in here, because that's not my style. So, anyway, as always, you come here to see the good shit, right? That's why I got to get records from fucking Greece. That's what I've got for today. There's actually some more shit coming. I'm kind of listening to a lot of funk, so I'll probably have some more of that soon. And more soda and more laughs. So we'll see. I'll settle into my groove here. And maybe lose some subscribers because y'all hate my fucking new house. Whatever, it's a big deal, man. It's the first time I've done this at age 42. So, all right, thanks for watching, and till next time.